Do I have to pay a buyer's agent? So I did a video recently talking about from the seller's perspective, do I have to pay a buyer's agent? Let's talk about it from the buyer's perspective. Historically, buyers have never had to worry about paying an agent to represent them because the seller typically covered that commission for the buyer's agent. Now, if you went to buy for sale by owner and you were utilizing a realtor's services, then a lot of times the seller and the agent would work out in the price of the home to cover that buyer's agent commission. There might have been a few times where a seller was just very obstinate about it and the agent said, hey, if you're going to buy this FISBO, this is what my fee is going to be. But for the most part, buyers have just never had to worry about that. So what's going to happen come August 17th when this new settlement goes into place? What the rules say is that as a buyer, before an agent can show you any home, you're going to have to sign a piece of paper with them. Now, you're not having to marry that agent. So if one of them puts it in front of you that says that you're going to work with them for the next 6 months, I'd find somebody else to be showing me houses. But it is going to have to be at least specific to that one home, because an agent's not going to go show you a house and not know that they're going to get paid if you decide to buy it. Now, what most agents are going to tell you is this is going to be my fee to represent you as a buyer. If the seller does not cover this, then you would be responsible for that. And that's going to be hard for a lot of buyers, especially if you're doing a government type loan where you may have to put 3.5% down and you might even need the seller to cover your closing costs. What you have to look at and what you're going to need to talk to your agent about is how can we craft our offer to include your fee in there? Because I think a lot of buyers, especially in our area, are going to get left out if that fee is not covered by the seller through some type of concession. Now, VA loans have always specified that a veteran is not allowed to pay their agent. That was said in black and white, in stone, not going to happen. So, due to the NAR settlement, VA is having to revise their guideline, and they have recently revealed that they are going to make that an allowable expense for a veteran, because there's no way you're going to want veterans to be discriminated against in our new real estate world if they're not allowed to pay their own agent. The VA has covered that. Veterans can now pay their own agent. Ultimately, as a buyer, you're going to have to talk to the agent you want to represent you and figure out, are you able to pay a fee up front, or are you only going to look at homes where the seller's offering to pay the fee, or do you need to craft your offer to include your agent's commission in the purchase price of the home?